This is an impromptu but a very much needed live, okay? And maybe nobody will even watch or listen to this, and it might just be one person. And I know that my experiences are not just for me, they're not just about me. So that is why I'm such an open book and I share the way that I do. But welcome back to my channel. I'm Jaleesa the Golden Child. I am a multifaceted, multi-talented mompreneur, single mompreneur of three. I have a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And this conversation came from a very recent experience that I had that triggered a lot for me. Even in one of my accountability spaces, it came up as a challenge for me. But again, I know that my experiences are not just for me. If you want to know more about me personally or like as far as like business wise, go to my website, jaleesahardy.com. But this one is going to be a bit heavy. So I'm going to give you a trigger warning right now. And again, this is fresh. This is literally something that happened yesterday. Um, and I usually don't share, especially publicly when things are so fresh. But after I posted and shared about, I did a Wealth Wednesday video. I just felt led to come here and talk about the burden of being the ones who break the generational curses in your family and your bloodline. And I can share some of the ways that I've done it and I'm doing it. Um, but I'm going to share an experience that happened yesterday and where this conversation came from, okay? Um, and bear with me, there may be some tears because, like I said, it's fresh. As I was talking about it in my accountability group, I definitely felt the tears welling up. But, and this is not even me like trying to put, this is me sharing my story. The role or the character that somebody plays in my life is up to them, solely up to them. Okay, me sharing my experiences with that role, that's what I'm doing. Okay, um, and I will say that this has been a ongoing thing, probably really my entire life. My father and I have never really had a good relationship. Um, And if you want a story time about that and the daddy issues that it brought up, let me know. But yesterday, I am in the living room. Excuse me. And no, I was in the kitchen cooking for my kids. And my father, who has always, probably since he was a child, had an addiction to pornography and has never gotten help or support with it. It's been a generational thing. Um, yeah, it's been a generational thing. And because of him, I was exposed to pornography and other things that I shouldn't have been exposed to at 3 years old. And I battled with that addiction for years. And it probably wasn't until, I can't even put a year on it. I was probably in my 20s when I really started doing the healing work um, to be free from the addiction of pornography. Pornography is so normalized now that it's not even, I don't know if people even consider it an addiction. Um, but I'm in the kitchen and y'all know how on the TV you can um, share your phone screen to the TV. Whatever you're watching on TV on your phone, you can stream to the TV. So my kids are watching, they're learning stuff, and all of a sudden I hear them say, "Why is it who changed the TV?" And at first I didn't think anything of it. I'm just thinking one of the kids had the remote. Yo, I'm so glad that I looked up when I did. Like, it's literally like inner intuition, inner guide, Holy Spirit, source, like literally like saved this whole situation from being worse than what it was. Because, excuse me. Releasing. Releasing. Okay, I'm releasing. So if I yawn or burp, that's energetically I'm releasing. But I look up and on the screen it says Camelot.com. And I'm like, what is this on the TV? And I realized what was going on. My father accidentally streamed his video, his corn video, to the TV. Mind you, my kids are 5, 4, and 2. Okay? So my mom is standing in front of the TV. We can't find a remote. So I'm trying to figure out, one, how to find a remote because there's a setting on the TV where you can make the remote beep to find it. And trying to turn the TV off. And my 5-year-old trying to look around just to see what's going on. My 5-year-old is very like inquisitive and just all over the place. So he's trying to look around and see what's going on, and it's a black female. I'm not even going into detail, but it showed some stuff that my kids should not have seen. And I'm like, what the heck, bro? And I started to think about the impact that being exposed to corn has had on my life and how it has really impacted the way that I see sex, the way that I view relationships. It has impacted so many things. And being the one in my family to expose and start to break a lot of the generational curses in my family, it is a heavy, heavy burden. It is exhausting sometimes, like exhausting. So to have this same man who was the reason why I was exposed to it potentially be the reason that my children were could have been exposed to it, I was livid. I was literally shaking. I was so pissed off. And me being the type of person that I am not one to shy away from conflict or afraid to confront people. And truth be told, my father and I have been butting heads a lot lately because it's like the older he gets, the more disrespectful and disregarding he gets. And I'm not the one, the two, or the three. So we've been kind of going at it, but because that's my father and the way that I was raised is to, respect your parents, respect your elders, honor your parents. But it's just like some stuff, especially when it comes to my kids, I'm not going for at all. Not going for at all. And that was one of the times where I literally I went off on him. But the thing that I am grateful for and that my accountability and support group reminded me of is my awareness and my ability to know when enough is enough for me and be able to calm myself down, use my tools, breathe, whatever the case may be, whatever it was that I was able to use to not put my hands on him. Like, y'all probably would have saw me on the episode of Snapped. Like, y'all would have been wondering why she ain't been on YouTube. Like, she was here almost every day. Like, what happened? And somebody would have found a clip. Somebody would have found a clip of me on Snapped because I beat my father up. And the type of person that I am, I know I don't like to fight, and I don't like to get to that point where I put my hands on somebody because I black out. And I forget who I am, where I am, what I'm doing, and I don't stop until the job is done or somebody stops me. So it's like I hate to get to that place. So I'm very mindful and very intentional about the way that I address things. But yesterday, when I say I really wanted to lay hands, I wanted to lay hands on that man. Okay, I wanted to lay hands on him. But I said my piece. I didn't curse at him. I didn't curse him out. I said my piece. I did call him trifling. But I let him know, like, you're the reason why I was exposed to corn at a young age. I don't want that for my children. And living with your parents at this age, I've made this decision to live in a multi-generational household because I know life is a cycle. At some point, my parents are going to need more support and more help. Instead of moving them in with me, we decided to buy a house together. And eventually we'll have to move again because we're in a townhouse and it has stairs. And the older they get, the harder it will be for them to navigate the stairs. So this isn't our forever home, but just the dynamic of living with a parent who has never done the healing work, that has never done the inner child work, that has never really been delivered from any addiction or anything, or really like is still a child in an adult's body. When I tell y'all every single day it is a challenge. I literally had a dream about being in the house with my father, and he was holding me, like we had got into it about something, and he grabbed me and was like holding me down on the ground and was like choking me, like I couldn't breathe, like I couldn't speak, I couldn't breathe. And I literally in my sleep yelled out and woke my kids up because I yelled so loud. But I had to yell myself out of the dream because I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't talk, nothing. But when I got out of that dream, I, really checked in about the meaning of it. And what I got from the meaning of the dream was that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That the battle with my father is a spiritual and energetic battle. And I've been with my words, and there have been times recently where I cursed him out. Like, just trying to fight with that is not going to work. So when it comes to breaking generational curses, it's not a physical thing that you're doing. It's an energetic thing. It's a spiritual thing that you're doing. And when you can't see it, when you can't touch it, when it's not something tangible, it's difficult to even know that you're actually doing the work, that you're actually getting it done, that you're actually breaking these generational curses. And for me, I was so triggered because it's like I'm doing all of this work, and for that to be it, to have such easy access, because I think I noticed that it happened before and I caught it, or the kids changed the TV or something like that. But when it happened this time, like literally it was playing on the screen. So it was no mistaking that that's what it was. But I addressed it. I said what I felt I needed to say and left it at that. Y'all see me here today. I'm not all snapped. But it is definitely a heavy, heavy burden when you are the one in your family to do the work of, and it's not me, it's, source, higher power, but to be the vessel of that, to be the first one, to be the vessel of that work, it's hard and it's heavy. And there are days where I don't want to do it, but I have kids now, and I know I don't want them to have the same experiences I had growing up, because my parents, my grandparents, my great grandparents didn't have the capacity or the know how to even know that this is the work that needed to be done. So, talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Are you the generational curse breaker in your family? Where has your experience been? And how can I support you? Because I know it's so much easier in community and with accountability and having support of people that know the challenge and know the road that you're on or have awareness of it, or on it. We're all on our own journey, all on our own road, but to know that you're not alone, to know that you're not the only one doing this work, and have support conversations around that, for me, it helps. So let me know if there's anything that I can do to support you. If you just want to talk, if you want to go live together, do a collaboration and talk about this, let me know. But if something resonated with you, if you have any words of wisdom for how to handle this situation, because I'm still like I said, and I didn't cry. Um, I thought I was, but I just needed to. I really needed to vent. I needed to share this, and I needed to remind myself that my experiences are not just about me. They're not just for me. Um, but thank you to all of my new followers, all of the people that have been commenting and sharing and supporting the movement of my page as I'm on this journey of monetization. Um, it's a new year, and you get to be a better you this year. That's the theme and the topic for this month. Um, that's what the Freedom Fridays have been about. That's what the blog post is about. That's what our journaling sessions inside of my Meetup group has been about. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to remind you that you're not alone, that you don't have to do this life alone. And as challenging as it may be, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So, y'all know how I end these. If not, just remember that I love you, I see you, and I'm so freaking proud of you just for being you. You're doing amazing. You are doing the best that you can with what you have, and you're doing it well, okay? Don't sell yourself short. You are doing an amazing job. You were born with an infinite amount of value, of worth, and enoughness. Don't allow your experiences, your relationships, or anything or anyone to try to take away or add from that, because that's not a thing, okay? Because you were born with it. You were born with an infinite amount. And the way that you show up or don't show up in this world is just an expression of that. So, just being is enough. You don't gotta hustle, you don't gotta grind, you don't gotta do anything to be enough. Just being born. You are enough, you are valuable, you are worthy. Alright, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Peace.